Record, and I'm going to get started because I always tend to talk long and everything. So basically tonight, I don't have a ton on my agenda. I just wanted to kind of go through and talk about, it's the 29th, so there's basically one day left in November, and just kind of want to talk about plan for December. And so Melanie finally talked about her December plan last night, if you were on her call. Actually, I was on her call for like 10 minutes, and then I felt like total crap, and Kevin made me go to bed. But she posted the recording right away, so I watched it this morning. And so she talked, Katie Ursa talked, a couple other people, and they're not really doing a ton in December, which kind of surprised me, but then not really, because I think they've been doing it long enough that for them, like, it's okay with that. But I know Megan and I had a brainstorming session on last week, Wednesday. Gosh, it's almost been a week. And we talked about a bunch of things. I'm glad you're on, because if I forget anything or if I mess anything up, like, just interrupt me. Because all of a sudden today I was like thinking, and I'm like, crap, I think we talked about that, and I should have wrote it all down, and I didn't. But basically I just wanted to go through and talk about like the challenge groups, when we are going to have those, because I don't know, we were kind of brainstorming and we're thinking we might try something different. And in the terms of different, meaning just always making sure that we have like one or two rock solid groups going at a time. What we kind of noticed is from the last few months, and it's just been those months where we've had 3 Mondays in the month, or we run a couple groups back to back, and we end up having, like 3 or 4 groups running at a time, and some of those groups have like 10 people in them, or one group has like 50 people or whatever. So we just ended up with like really random amounts of groups, and we didn't feel like the groups were getting as much attention and as much of our focus as they needed to have in order for them to be successful for our challengers. So right now I can tell a difference even in myself too. The amount of comments I'm able to add, like the amount I feel like I'm really being able to put into the challenge groups, because we only have 2 that are running. And, so we have Quarter Force, then we have Mission Maintain just started, and then Hello November just ended. So, we have 2 groups going right now, and I feel like they are really able to take, for me anyways, a lot of my attention and my focus, and I don't feel like I'm trying to rush through or rush through because I have like 100 notifications I need to check through as soon as possible. And there are some times where I will try to check in twice a day just to keep those numbers down. But some mornings it takes me a half an hour to check into the challenge groups. But I just noticed it's because I've been trying to put more effort into reading what they're saying, trying to answer questions, even if they're not my challenger specifically and stuff, and just to go from there. So with that being said, we used to always do like the first and the third Wednesday. And, November we kind of switched it up a little bit because of the holiday. And I think December is going to kind of have the same look to it. So what we are looking at is Mission Maintain then started yesterday. So this week is preseason. And then that group is actually going to run with the workouts for 4 weeks. And I like the idea of kind of transitioning them to 4 weeks, because 21 Day Fix is really the only program that's 3 weeks. And really, I look at our challenge groups, and we really don't have a lot of people that are doing 21 Day Fix, except maybe like brand new challengers. And, for them to just go an extra week, I don't see why that's a huge issue, because you want them to continue to roll over and go and that kind of thing. So I think in terms of if we go from our groups actually technically being 4 weeks to bringing them to 5 weeks, I don't see a huge issue with that, because I think, there's maybe a handful that are doing 21 Day Fix, but we've gotten our groups so like I'm doing Quarter Force, I'm doing Hammer and Chisel, I'm doing 22-minute hardcore. Like there's so much variety that I think whatever length we end up going with, it's not going to be a big deal as long as we just keep the posting and keep everything up and going and that kind of thing. And maybe it'll flop. Maybe we'll notice that, hey, that last week people really drop off. Because I don't remember what the last group was, that Shakeology or whichever one was that October one. And by the end, I was like, wow, there's like 3 people posting and they're all coaches. And so maybe we'll find that will happen and we want to go back to the shorter groups. But anyways, so Mission Maintain then we'll have preseason this week, and then that will run for all 4 weeks of December. And then on the calendar, I labeled it as the 3-day refresh just because I don't know if we have an actual name for it yet, but Megan and some of her girls are doing, and maybe I'll let her chat about that too if she wants to. They are doing kind of a 3-day refresh giveaway type of thing, and I'm probably going to botch this and not say it exactly how you explained it to me. So maybe you want to just explain what you guys are doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are starting a challenge group December 5th, just because we have one of those groups that will be done that week, I think. But what we're going to do is we get finished with quarter force on December 6th, I think is what we talked about, which is that Tuesday. And so then we were thinking we could run the refresh the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just to kind of give us a break, like our bodies a break, and like still working out, but not like going after it, but just doing the refresh those 3 days, and then having Saturday and Sunday to kind of meal prep and get ready for the next week, and then just jump into like whatever program they want to do. And we were talking about looking at the hybrid calendar for quarter force because I don't know, I love the program. It's just I don't want to get sick of doing it. And I know Riley mentioned like she likes it now. She just doesn't really want to like, do it for another 30 days. And then what if she starts to hate it or something, like just gets tired of it. So that's what we were thinking that we're going to do. So even if somebody would like purchase the 3-day refresh, like the 5th or whatever, and wouldn't get it till like the 12th, we were just saying that, those posts are still going to be in there for them. But they can always just like take those 3 days themselves and kind of go through it. But we were trying to like get everybody on the same day. Cause it's kind of nice to have people to like do it with you, but that's kind of what we were thinking of doing. So.
Yeah. And if there's people that want to do it, you probably are going to have to order like tomorrow. Because if you want to start at the 7th or the 8th,
Yeah, and we've been kind of like posting and stuff about it for almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah, you guys have been working on it for a while, yeah. So then kind of with that, like I'm not doing any promotion with the 3-day refresh, and it's on sale right now too, which is a big reason why they started doing that too. But for me, I feel like in order to promote something for me, like I have to be able to do it. And the fact that I can't do it, like I would feel like awful. I would feel like a major cheater if I was like, Megan, let's do the 3-day refresh. And she's like going all out. And I'm like, and I'm going to eat like 10 vegetables. But anyway.
Been there.
So
you had noodles.
But anyway, so that'll be kind of the beginning December group. And so even though they're going to put a spin on the 3-day refresh, like if you have new challengers right at the beginning of the month, those are still people that you can put into that group. So workouts then would officially start on the 12th. And were you thinking of having that group run through the 31st or?
It goes all the way to the 1st, like that Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. So we will have then those 2 groups, the one that just started Monday and then this one that starts next Monday. Those will both end right at the end of the year, beginning of January, and then we'll kind of start with some new groups in January. So other thoughts that we had on that too is then I'm not planning on – I'm going to do a free group, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. But I'm going to do a free group the 12th through I think I'm going to do 12 days because I'm going to do like 12 days of Shakeology. So I have a box of packets, and I'm going to give packets away to the people in my free group that participate and stuff, just kind of do like, it's the season of giving. And so that's one thing that I'm going to do. I might do a core type of aspect in there as well. But I'm going to have a free group right there in the middle. And then I don't think I'm going to have, or we talked about having another group start right after Christmas. Like, so have preseason, kind of like we did for Thanksgiving, like preseason being the week after Christmas. And then it would be January 1st or 2nd would be when workouts would officially start. And my thought is that we'd have that group run all the way through January, and then maybe have another group kind of towards the end of January. And here's my thinking, my thought behind this is, just like we talked about changing up the coach sneak peek, I feel like if we really put a focus on a challenge group and we really put everything into it, and you're putting your posts in there and you're working on building those relationships, if we keep throwing groups like every other week, I feel like they lose their spark. They lose their funk. So but let's say, okay, so the group starts on December 5th, and I have somebody that signs up December 9th. And then I'm like, where do I throw them? What challenge group? I'm still going to tell you to put them in that group that started December 5th, but you're going to be a coach in that group. So you can go in and tag them in all those posts. And you can go in and copy and paste and send them that information. So I'm kind of putting it a little bit more into your hands too. If you get a new challenger, there's no saying that you have to just throw them in a challenge group that Megan set up or I've set up and then let them go and let them figure it out. You should be walking them through, helping them figure this all out, the meal plan, the workouts, all that kind of thing. So it's just something I want to try and just see how it goes. And that way we don't have like 10 million groups going. And as coaches, we can put a lot of emphasis into making it a great experience for those that are in there. And like, I think of the quarter force, and I don't have any challengers in there, but I see the same faces every day. And it's awesome because I know they're showing up. I know they're pushing, they're getting results, they're drinking their shake, and you can see that because they're showing up. And because there's not so many different groups I'm checking into, like you can really see that. I'm starting to see that with the maintain group too, the mission maintain. You're starting to see similar faces pop up or similar names comment and stuff. So that's one of my goals, I think, is just to put a little bit more emphasis or a little bit more juice into the challenge groups and just kind of make them, not so much about how many groups can we run, but how effective can our groups be. So that is kind of, you look at December calendar and you might think, oh my gosh, what if I get a challenger on, December 14th? Well, hey, you can either tie them over and wait until the 26th and just kind of help them figure out BOD. I had a gal that signed up, I think it was the 16th of November. And so she got her stuff right before Thanksgiving, and she's like, hey, I want to check it out. And I'm like, yeah, check out your BOD. Like, see what you think. She's been trying the shakes before the group even started, so that's an option. So I guess I want to try and get away from that mental mindset of, okay, there's a group not for 2 weeks, so I can slack off this week, and then next week I'll hit it hard and try and fill up my slots for that group. So because I know I sometimes have that mentality. Like, if there's not something I'm inviting to, then it's kind of difficult. But I found in November, and maybe it's because it was just a holiday, but I found that when I was at the beginning of the month talking about my group at the end of the month, people were a little bit more open to it, I guess. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just because it was Thanksgiving. But I brought it up at the beginning of November. They saw me posting all through November. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, yeah, I'll pull the trigger. Or, no, but hit me in January. I've had a lot of people tell me that. I'm sure you guys have too. Like, January. But, so yeah, that's kind of what we talked about, what we were thinking. Megan, did I miss anything or totally miss the mark on anything?
Just the coach sneak peek. I uploaded my video today and I just put coach story next to it, and I just wrote a little blurb about myself. I just wrote like my name, full-time teacher, dog mom, wife. Like, I just put that in there. So.
Perfect. Yes, that was the next thing on my list to talk about was the coach sneak peek. Oh, sorry, what? No. Okay. That was my next thing, was to talk about that. That seriously needs to get done by like Thursday. Like, we said this like 2 weeks ago. So there's a file in the back office. I'm going to go through and tag all my coaches. Megan, if you want to go through and tag all your coaches. And if I'm going to say by tomorrow at 5:00, like, if spots aren't filled, then I'm just going to email people and say, do you want this spot? And then otherwise I'm just going to assign the videos, and we'll do them. And then if you want to share your coach story, what we talked about was there's going to be 6 videos where you can go live in the group, make your video, and there's a list you can sign up for. So if you don't want to talk about a specific like coaching topic, but you just want to jump in and share your story, then you can jump in and share your story, upload it as a YouTube video, and then just post the link. We'll have a little file section, I think, or anyways, somehow. And then you can just upload your YouTube video. It can be 2 minutes. It could be, try to keep it less than 5, I think we said, right? I think 2 or 3 minutes. So, and you can share your story and that kind of thing. So yeah, let's get that done. I'm going to check tomorrow at 5 o'clock. If stuff is not, well, maybe not 5, I shouldn't say 5. I'll check tomorrow night. And if stuff is not signed up, then I'll just either assign it or just kind of divvy it out and that kind of thing. So, and then same thing, like have it ready to roll Friday at the absolute latest with your videos and stuff. So tomorrow, do your makeup, do your hair, and do a video and call it good. So for those of you that maybe don't know or weren't on the call when we talked about that, we're going to kind of have a rolling sneak peek for our coaching sneak peek. So we're going to have like 6 videos that talk about what coaching is, and then we're going to have a whole list of coaching videos sharing your story. So rather than everybody inviting to one event one night, which usually would have been this night, we're just going to, because everybody's different, everybody's at different places, and so, but to have one general group where we can put people in so they can check them all out at one point. So we're going to give that a whirl, give that a try. So I think I'll go through as soon as we get off, and I will tag all of you in there so you can see where that file is. But if you go in the file section, it should be one of the top ones. Just a couple other things. I had it down to talk to you guys about this last week, but at one point last week I had you write down, your assignment was to put a list of 25 things that you love about coaching or you love about the challenge groups. And then also for extra credit or a bonus was to write down 10 objections that you get the most. And so the reason I had you guys do that is I don't remember what in the world call it was I listened to, but she had them make a list of the 25 things they love, and then you keep a hold of that list, and when you don't know what to post about, you pull out that list and you look at it and you say, yep, this is one thing that I want to talk about tonight. So when you have that list, you have 25 things that you love about it. There you go. You have 25 ideas for posting right there at your fingertips. The objections, you can sprinkle those throughout your posts. But that was just, I wanted to make sure that you guys did that, or at least were thinking about it, because then you have ideas for posting. And I know just this week I've been trying to plan out my posts better in my head so they're not so random. And I pulled that sheet out and I looked at it and what I had written down and some of the things that I love about it and that I benefit from it. But the other thing too is I noticed when I was reading through your list, I was like, oh yeah, that's one thing I love. So then I added that to mine, so then I ended up with like 30 things that I love about coaching, because sometimes you see somebody else's, you're like, oh yeah. So look back at each other's too, and that might spark something that reminds you, oh yeah, I like that, or oh, I didn't think about it like that, but I love that too. And especially the objections. When I looked at what you guys had for objections, I looked at that too, because I feel like I get them a lot, but I feel like I get the same ones too. So keep that sheet handy. Keep that in your back pocket when you're trying to figure out what to post or you don't know what to post. Just look through that sheet, pick out number 10, and draft up a post about number 10, whatever that might be, friendships or relationships or whatever it might be. So keep a hold of that. Hopefully that helps you. I know for me it's helped already, just kind of this week trying to figure out some different things to maybe talk about a little bit more in terms of challenge group and coaching opportunities and stuff as well too. Only other thing, kind of what I got from Melanie's call last night, and I feel like I say this all the time, but I can't emphasize it enough, like how important it is and how true it is, but consistency in coaching, in social media, in the challenge groups, like across the board. And like this time of year is so important. And, you know, you hear it over and over and over from all the coaches, but I just continue to hear it, and I keep continuing to repeat it because I do think it's so important. You know, people are going to go quiet if you haven't noticed them going quiet already. You know, like over Thanksgiving, maybe you saw your traction on your post go down a little bit. And that's might continue to happen through December just because people tend to go away. And the more consistent you are, though, because they're still seeing it, right? They just maybe aren't paying as much of attention. So continue that consistency. And sorry, my computer's going to die, so I got to plug it in. But showing up, because come January 1st, when they are ready to make that change, you know, are they going to want the person that posted about core to force but never had any results from it? Or are they going to want that person that posted every day, showed up every day, talked about it, talked about how it changed them, how they loved it, what they got from it, you know, those kind of things. And then, like, practicing what you post. Katie Ursa said that last night, or yeah, I heard that this morning, but she said that and it struck me. It's like, are you practicing what you post? You know, and that was a gut check for me, because I'm like, yeah, I talk about all these things, but am I really truly, and for me, it's my struggle right now is nutrition, and it's been my struggle for a long time. Yeah. And so it's like, am I practicing what I post? Am I putting it on the TV? And to be honest, like, I don't know how many, I know a bunch of you I have on Snapchat, but for whatever reason, I started, like, every morning posting my picture before I push play, and then I scroll across so you can see what time it is that I start. And then at the end, I take a picture of my watch so you can see, like, how many calories I burn, even though it's like 100, like, I still post that. But those days that I want to get up and not do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to. Like, people are watching, people are waiting. And I know Liz has done it to me before too. Like, she'll snap me at like 6:30 and she'll be like, are you alive? Like, are you okay today? Or like, I'll finally post it and she'll be like, oh good, I thought maybe you weren't feeling well or something. So it's like, God, I don't know why I started doing that, but I'm like, that's my accountability right there. Because even though, like, you know, Liz is a challenger of mine, she's a coach of mine, like, she's not somebody I'm hoping that will still sign up with me. And, you know, it's still somebody that holds me accountable. I'll have people at work that come up to me and they're like, seriously, sleep in, like 4:45, come on. And I'm like, hey, what were you doing? Like, what's your excuse, you know? But so it's like, for whatever reason, I started doing that, and that's my accountability. And you have to think of your social media as that type of accountability. You know, who's going to see you posting all throughout Christmas break? Who's going to see you all through December, you know, continuing to get up in the morning, continuing to drink your shake despite all the parties and all that thing? And so are you practicing what you post? Or are you practicing what you're inviting people to? You know, if you're inviting them to the quarter force workout, but, you know, you're not doing it, you know, are you practicing what you're posting and that kind of thing? So, and I'm not saying this to try and make you feel like you're a bad person. I'm just saying, I remember last year how this really pushed me into January. And I know that for some of you, like, this is that push that you're going to need, because January, October, November, December, yeah, that's where all of your hard work in January is going to pay off, is what you're doing now. Because this time of year is a challenge. It is. But it's what you make of it too. But January will be a good month, a good start for you if you put in the work, especially starting right now. So that's what I got. So I don't know if you guys saw my video or not about Premiere last week, but I'm super excited. I don't know how the heck it happened, but we need 22 more points. And so basically the biggest thing, because I know some of you have reached out and you're like, what can I do to help? Like, how can I get the team there? Basically the biggest thing is to just try to hit Success Club. And if you're not going to hit it in November, then set your sights to do it in November. You know, 3 people. And then any and every way that you can build volume. So even if you have people that are like, I refuse to do Shakeology, but they want to purchase the program, volume helps us get points as well too. So either one of those two ways, I know a lot of you have reached out and asked what you can do to help. But those are kind of the two main things. So we can do it. We can so do it. It's definitely right there for the taking. So, but that is all that I have. So I'm going to open it up for probably about 5 or 10 minutes of questions, and then I am going to have to hit the hay. Although I do feel better. I fell asleep on the couch, and then now I feel kind of awake, energized. Not really. I was like, I wish I could have some energized. That would be good.
Okay, question, Kylie.
Yes, Andrea.
So I jumped in halfway through the part about the coach sneak peek thing. So what exactly, can you explain that quickly again for me?
Yeah. So there's 2 of you on the screen.
Whoa.
Okay, so we talked, probably 2 weeks ago about this coach sneak peek. And what we're going to do is we're just going to have it be a group on Facebook, and we're just going to keep it open, and we're going to keep it running. So basically, there's 6 posts, and I can't list the 6 of them off the top of my head, but on that file, there are 6 videos. I know one is is this a pyramid scheme? Is something about, I know we're going to do one about spouse. Do I have time? Do I have to be at my goal weight? Or, those kind of things. Those typical questions, objections that you get about coaching. So we're going to have people do those 6 videos as live videos. I mean, you could do them and record them and upload them to YouTube if you wanted to. But a live video, you could just do it right to the group, and then you don't have to upload it. And then for anybody and everybody else in the team that wants to share your coach story. So take 2 or 3 minutes, talk about how you got started with coaching, why you coach, what you love about it, that kind of thing. You can just record it on your phone or record it on your computer and then upload it to YouTube. And then we're going to have a files tab or a running post in the group where you can post the link to your YouTube with your little bio. So Megan was saying, she did wife, teacher, dog mom, coach.
And I did mine wrong. I just uploaded the video and posted coach because I don't have a recorder on my computer for some reason. On my school computer, I have the media player, but I don't have it on my new Mac I got. And I can't get it to upload to YouTube from my phone unless I'm just half brainless. So I just put my video in there for right now, and then I can change it to YouTube into a link once I figure out how to fix it. But I just wanted to put it up there so I have it.
I can never get mine to go from my phone to YouTube either. So
okay. So I just put coach story next to it, and then I just put a little tiny thing about me. So I know it was supposed to be in the files thing, but I was at least I have it up. So
no, that's fine.
Where's the coach back office at? You guys are talking about.
I have to add you to it because I think we made it. I'm gonna look here.
Okay.
Isn't it just on
your group either?
Isn't it just on your team page?
I don't think I shared it there though. Did I? Because I think it's private.
That's where I got it from.
What's it called again? What did we name it?
Coach Sneak Peek.
Durr, Kylie. Coach Sneak, because I know. Oh yeah, there's oh gosh, whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just
it's
on this is Kylie's team page, and then you just click files, and then it's Coach Sneak Peek.
Oh, so
there's that, and then as soon as you say that you're going to do a video, then I'll add you in the group.
Sounds good.
Because I kept it private, so that way, other people couldn't find it, other people that I don't want to find it. I don't know who that would be, but but then yeah, here's what it looks like. Hang on, if I can share my screen. Oops, hang on. Here's what it looks like. So there's Megan's video.
Okay.
You would wear your Kansas when you do your video. No, just kidding.
So then I can add anybody that's interested in coaching to that eventually then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So this will be, just like we've had our past sneak peeks in the past. And, we open up a new group every time. Actually, it is closed. So here, I don't know why. Here, I'll share it in here.
Sweet.
So we would make a new group every month. And this way, too, like you think about it when you add people in there and they are viewing it. And then every time you add somebody, you know how we all get that notification. So maybe people in the past that you've added, they will keep seeing that. And then maybe they'll be like, oh, yeah, like more people are doing this or whatever. Here's the new sneak peek.
Sweet.
What are you doing? Oh, geez. Okay. There you go. So you guys might have to request access, but now it should be in there.
Okay.
But yeah, if you can just go to the files and then Coach Sneak Peek. See, Friday, November 18th. That's how effective we are, you guys. That's all right. Oh my gosh, sorry. I was going to edit this. Oh gosh. Edit document. Okay, I'm going to change this to Friday, December 2nd. So that way it's good to go. So one thing, too, that she mentioned when the gal that brought up how they do these 6 videos is and we can see once we get the order of who's doing what, but like this person here, so video 1, I signed up to do that because I know a lot of people hate to talk about that kind of stuff, and I'll just figure out a way to make it not sound so gross. But then like let's say Megan's doing video number 2, so then like when I get done I'll be like, all right, and check out video number 2. Megan's going to share with you about who makes a good coach. And so that just brings more of that team unity in there as well too, like talking about who's next and knowing that we're kind of all in this together too. So once you see who's doing the video after you and stuff, then maybe try to remember to say that with your video and stuff and just see how that goes. But all right, I'm gonna stop this share. Hopefully that helps a little bit, Andrea.
Yeah, I just gotta see what I want to do.
Awesome.
I have somebody who's interested in coaching right now, and she's in my room, but she's scared to talk to you guys. So
she's scared. That's scary.
I'm sure you've seen Leah in the new challenge group. She's loving it. So
yeah, good.
Yeah.
Remember how I told you Kevin was making me go to bed? Well, now he's like working out, I guess. So. So I guess I'm not going to bed. So, any other questions?
Photo bomb.
Yeah, stop first. You guys, I got 10,000 steps today. I was pretty pumped.
Dude, my Fitbit won't charge anymore, and I don't know why, and it makes me want to cry.
Mine didn't either. That's why I got an Apple Watch.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because I have mine now.
So. One thing I started looking at, I think I mentioned this like one time, but I didn't really know a lot about it. But they found out at Leadership, and I've seen Danielle Natoni using it, but it's like Wowie or Woo something through Apple. They're making a heart rate monitor strap, so it like tracks your heart rate, but you can track it all through BOD and through your Apple Watch and stuff. It's like coming out at Christmas, but it's like Apple's partnering with Beachbody to put this product together. I don't know. I read an article about it the other day, but it's called something weird, but like Danielle's been using it, so obviously I was paying attention to it then, but I don't know, something new they're coming out with, so it's pretty cool. Pretty sweet. So, All right. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, I will let you guys go and let you get to work on. Shannon, I think you could do your video right now if you wanted to. You look super. How is going back to school? Have you transitioned yet? After break?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh. Yeah, it's been great. But last